I lost interest. Some days I didn't really want to go to school.
I was very bored. I probably slept through most of my classes, and I still made, basically hundreds in each of my classes every semester. And so, yeah, I slept through classes and didn't learn anything.
I would say that it's better than just having one curriculum that everyone has to do. I would say it would be better to try and challenge everybody to the best of their abilities, because I really didn't like being bored and I wasn't really learning anything.
I actually was bored in elementary school, and I didn't have to think a lot through school, which was very frustrating.
When she started having such a disconnect with school, she described it as swirling into the deep, dark abyss. And those were her words exactly. For Katie, as she completely shuts down and loses interest and begins to feel more and more isolated.
What if a child, every child went to school and they came home frustrated, because they were being asked to do things that they had done 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. What's the problem with that? Well, you get people who are depressed and they just turn off.
You can be born profoundly gifted, and if you're not given the opportunity to take that gift and take it to the highest level you possibly can, where does that leave us? I mean, you may not have the Einsteins, you may not have these people who make those jumps scientifically, technologically, and so forth.
It's like having a world-class athlete and saying, no, you don't get to run as fast as you can. How about if you can do a little walk back and forth? I mean, there's all this talent sitting there, and they know that it's not being used, it's not being exercised. And that's crippling.
They kept telling us how average she was and that everything would equal out by 3rd grade. And it became clear to me that everything would equal out by 3rd grade because they would suppress her.
The teachers would just give me harder work and they wouldn't really help me through it. Or they just, when I got done with my work so quickly, they'd ask me to help the students that weren't as advanced, thinking like that, and needed some help. So I was just basically there, like, the teacher of some of them, and so that would be like really frustrating.
If we don't take care of the children in America now, our country is in a lot of trouble in the future.
You can't think of a student as a machine. You can't manufacture people to do the same thing by using the same process.
As Tristan got into high school, it was clear that he wasn't being challenged by the classes, and he was getting by with the minimum amount he could do. And no one at this school felt that was anything wrong with that. It was clearly a case of they were concerned about the children who might be left behind, but not people at the other end of the spectrum.
When you have children who are thirsty for knowledge and have the ability to soak it in, I think it's an injustice to them not to make it possible for them to reach those goals.